I'm the first one in here today. Hi, Dawn. Can you hear me okay? Hi, Diane. How's that new Juki treating you? Better now? Hi, Rhonda. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the volume good? Dawn, Diane, Rhonda. Hi, Annie. It's better? Do you like your Titan better than the Juki? Just curious. Because they're both 1541s, right? Perfect. Yay, thank you, Dawn, so much for posting the homework because I completely forgot. It's just been a really crazy week for me. I just getting prepared for those craft fairs and getting everything ready for Bali. I'm just running around like crazy. I don't know where I start and end, I guess. All right, I got to figure out what we're doing today. Yes, Don, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. I like my Titan too. Dawn, you just cut out 6 necessary clutch wallets to have them done for the weekend. Are you crazy? Crazy girl. But do you know what? After doing this first market, so I did sell 6 bags, which is really good. But I really do wish that I had a few more lower ticketed items on my table. I did sell a couple wallets, but I don't have very many. I don't know. I know it's different from market to market, but yeah, again, having $175 bags, I mean, 6 is pretty good. I mean, that's still a $1,200 paycheck or $1,100 paycheck for me that day. But I was just so expecting to sell so much more, even though I did make quite a bit. I was scared I'd sell out, but no, I didn't sell out. Hi, Cam. I did the second bag I sold was my Brooklyn bag, so I do not have the Brooklyn bag for Thursday's class anymore. I do still have my Snowdrop somewhere. Oh, it's right there. Maybe I should grab it out. Yeah, a few lower priced items might be good. Then you kind of cover all your price ranges. Mine is going to be, I have some Pocket Pals that I have, and I did sell some of those. Yeah, actually I mostly sold Pocket Pals, but I don't have that many wallets. I have mostly Pocket Pals. So, oh, and 2 of them walked away by themselves. I got shoplifted, and my husband is such a positive person that he said, hey, at least they were shoplifting worthy, so they must look nice, so that's good. But not good that that money walked away. Oh, and Dawn, I know we were talking prices for Pocket Pals. So I usually sell my Pocket Pals. I sell them for $45 Canadian. And for markets, just because I'm trying to clear them out because I had a whole bunch from last year, I do have them marked down to $35, if that helps you. So I usually price my Pocket Pals at $45, and I have them at $35 right now. And I also sold 3 tall wallets, and I sold my tall wallets for $55. They're normally $65, and I sold them for $55 at market. Yeah, my market prices, I'm giving friends and family pricing at 10% off. That's why they're a little bit lower. But yeah, so so my price, I gave you the wrong price that I sell my cork pocket pals for. I sell them for $45, but I have them marked down to $34 for my markets. So, and they were selling, so $30 might be a good range for the markets. It's a good attitude. I didn't actually realize that they had walked away until way later. And I'm sure, because Dave was there kind of standing guard, but there was a point and we were just, my mom was surrounded by people and I had a lineup of people at cash because I was doing her cash as well. So I was really, really busy with her. And I think at that point when Dave went to get our lunch is probably when they walked away. But Diane, Pocket Pals are by Lynn's Handmade. Let me grab one for, I have them right here. Let me grab one out. I'll show you. In here? No, in here? Yeah. They're really, really fast sew. They're almost minimalist. So they're made, you can make them out of a raw edge. So I have all of mine edge coated. On this side, you can see it has 1, 2, 3. It has 3 card slots. And then I have it closed with a, what are these? A snap. And then it's got a zipper pocket on top with a change purse. These come together so incredibly fast. But that's a Pocket Pal. So 2 of these walked away from my market, so I lost $60 that way. Oh, I lied, Dawn. I sell my Pocket Pals for $40. So I have them regular $40 on sale for $30 for the fair. So thank you. That's it right there. It's a great pattern. I believe she has Cricut SVG files as well, so it cuts the cork out, which is really nice, especially for these. And then I use a landscaping weed fabric for my card slots. It calls for ribbon, but I like the weed fabric for it. It's so cheap and it's really durable in there. So yeah. So yeah, those are really good for market. Just close those up. Let me just grab my Snowdrop for class. Surprisingly, I bought all of this novelty vinyl specifically for craft market bags, and the bags that had it did not sell. My usual style sold. The only novelty fabric one that sold was the Brooklyn with made out of the Lauren vinyl. I actually had 3 people fighting over that one. Like almost like bidding, but I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, it's first come first serve. And another guy's like, I'll give you $60 more than you're asking for it. Well, sorry, the first guy said, I'll give you $20 more. My wife must have this bag for Christmas. And I said, no, it's first come first serve. We're not going to have a bidding war over it. That's not fair. Aw, Dawn. Honestly, Dawn, the only time I use my Cricut machine is when I'm cutting out cork wallets. Like, I think that thing's been collecting dust. Last time I cut out cork wallets was probably this time last year, to be honest. So yeah, you could totally come over and borrow mine if you were closer. Hi, Wanda. How are you? Yay. So I have to apologize. I realize I completely forgot to do the mini boobies for the Take 3 and the Daryl's Drives. I will promise I will get those done and up tomorrow. And then I'll want to get the next ones done, the October bags done before I leave in 2 weeks. So yeah, I don't believe I forgot to do that. Just like I forgot to post the homework. So it'll be done, I promise. What else? Much slower. I have one more custom order to get done this week, and then I am done my custom orders for the next year, thank goodness. And then I'm just pretty much concentrating on classes and doing the markets, and then maybe some selfish sewing. So I get a little bit of calm before I go away to Indonesia. I have to finish up the exclusive video for you guys, the little one that I have done for anybody that still has a membership in December when they hold on. I have a really fun tutorial that is, it's not bag related, I can tell you that, but I think you'll really enjoy it. And so that'll be released to you guys the first week of December, and then it'll go public after Christmas. So who's excited to see what I chose for the video? I think you guys will really like it. I do. Let me finish that pop. I got another one here. I'm out of bottled water. Our water right now is just terrible in the tap, and I ran out of bottled water, so here I am drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. Wanda? No, I did not do the live today. My mail did not come. My mail was supposed to arrive yesterday, my Galaxy Customs and my cleaner supply order. Plus, we had kind of like a mini blizzard, and the power and the internet kept going down. It's been good today, but I think due to weather, those packages are not here yet. And so I'm kind of holding off so I can do the VIP draw and a mail opening at the same time, just so I have lots of some content to talk about rather than just doing the draw. I want to have something for the live, for the public side to be interested in as well. So I hope it's okay. I know I usually get it done within the first week. And what's the date today? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm late, so it will be done. So hopefully tomorrow, where are my packages at now? I'm excited to open my Galaxy order when it comes because I haven't had one in so long. But no, you did not miss it. I just didn't get there. Okay, it says that my cleaner supply order is out for delivery, but I mean, it's 4 o'clock and it's not here yet. And my Galaxy Customs order has hit Richmond. So there's a very good chance I'll have both of them by tomorrow, which means I will probably do a live on Thursday morning and do the VIP draw, as well as do a mail opening, mainly because tomorrow I really have to concentrate on getting my customer order done, and I will probably be doing that in my pajamas, not gonna lie. Oh, Diane, did you order Galaxy Customs all the way down in Florida? I'm impressed. Yay. Okay, well, we'll give it another 5 minutes or so to see if we get anybody else in. We've got Wanda. So far I have Annie, Dawn, Diane, Kim, Rhonda, and Wanda. Am I missing anybody? Oh, and Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Who is sewing along with me today? Diane, are you going to still be in Florida in February? End of February, like the last week of February, first week of March? I probably already asked you that last week. But you're quite a ways away from Orlando, right? Weren't you about an hour and a half or so? Anna and I will be in Orlando that week. Okay, so who's sewing along with me today? I must have a little bit of a leg. About an hour and a half. Awesome, Rhonda. Okay. Is everybody just watching today? Oh, Dawn is sewing with me. Okay. Dawn. Anybody else? How are you feeling, Kim? Are you feeling better? Diane, are you sewing along with us today? Now that you have your new Juki 1541 at your summer home and she's finally behaving. It's funny how different it can be from a Titan 1541, hey? Okay, Diane is sewing along. Wanda is watching. Okay. How about you, Annie? Are you sewing along? We'll see if Anna has a pops in. I ended up FaceTiming Anna, and she's like, I have so much work to do, and I'm like, we can FaceTime and work together, and we discovered we're not very good at that. We ended up just talking. So I think I made her behind on her work. Oopsies. You're still missing some pieces, Kim? Okay. Give it another couple minutes. And then I've already got my machine threaded, so I'm ahead of the game there. I just got to decide. Do you know what? I think we are going to follow along with the pattern quite close and go in order. Okay, Annie, we're going to give it about another 4 minutes or so, and we'll get started at about 1/4 after. So glad you're feeling better, Kim. Don't like it when my sewing friends aren't feeling well. Did anybody get to Sew Magical Expo down in Florida? I'm so jealous. Now, Melissa Sew Yours was a sweetheart, and she did pick me up a Lauren ruler. I'm super excited, so I'll be visiting her when we go to Florida in February, picking it up then. Okay, so I'm going to go over again. I have Annie, Dawn, Diane, Kim, Lexi, Rhonda, and Wanda. Am I forgetting anybody? I wish it would give me a list of who was in. Oh, there's Anna. Hi, Anna. I was just telling everybody how I wouldn't be surprised if you were still on a timeout because I thought we could work and talk at the same time, but instead we just ended up talking for 2.5 hours. See, my hair's not as red as it was on Thursday, hey? It's starting to fade and go to the way I like it, which is good. Yeah, if everybody could hit the thumbs up button, that would be great, and then I know how many are in here. So we're just giving Annie a few minutes to finish winding her bobbins and change her threads. We'll get started at about 1/4 after. We're going to be starting with the zipper panels. I'm jealous. Rhonda, because she lives closer to Vancouver, got her Galaxy order today. Mine should be here tomorrow. Even with the bad weather, that's good. So if you guys want to get prepped for what we'll be working on, you'll want to pull out your zipper panels and your zipper tape. Don't need your zipper pull right now. Oops. Whew. What's for dinner tonight, Anna? We're just having spaghetti. We always have something super easy on Tuesdays, and then Dave usually takes me out for dinner on Thursdays, so. But with the way the roads are, we'll see. But we got really, really unseasonal or weird weather for this time of year for us. Usually we don't see snow until December, so. Oh my goodness, Annie's still waiting for her order. It's so weird how it takes so long and costs so much. Like, the US is so close. turkey and bean enchiladas and green sauce. Can I come over? I hate cooking. I'm so bad at it. Okay, I'm just getting organized here. How are you making out there, Annie? Do you almost got everything there? Are you all wound? Your bobbins wound? The zipper panels. Are you doing the large or the small size, Rhonda? Oh no, Nicole, you didn't get any notifications? Oh dear. So the zipper panels are small size are 8 1/4 inches by 1 inch, and the large size is 12 inches by 1.5 inches. They're small. I'm glad you found us anyways, Nicole. Yay, Nicole's here. Yay. The small, so that'll be 8 1/2 by 1 inch. I'm doing the large, so mine are bigger, but they are super small. Like I did the small one here. You can see how teeny tiny those zipper panels are. Yes, Anna's gonna cook for me. I think we should all go to some magical expo next September because I can go in September. All right. Okay, so shall we get started? Are you okay there, Rhonda? Is yours right? I won't show you that side of my table. It's kind of messy. Where did my mouse go? Okay, here we go. Again, you guys, whenever I say where the heck is my mouse, it's because I'm operating on dual screens and I can never find it. Okay, where are you? There it is. So just laugh with me. Split table. All right. So we have our 4 zipper panels. Okay, perfect. And we're going to cut our zipper tape. Again, I don't really follow the pattern when it comes to cutting zipper tape. I always cut mine extra long because you guys know I do not put my pulls on until later. So I kind of just lie it up against my zipper panels and then go that much longer. So, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going 6 inches longer. And I will trim it up later. So, all right. Again, I have my mouse here, and it's only because. There we go. All right. Do we have a good enough view here? It kind of sees everything. Oh, I got to find this on my phone, so when we go to the machine, I'm getting organized. I'm getting there. Where are you? Bear with me a moment. Okay. Your channel. Membership. Oh, and I can hear myself. There we go. Okay, so that's set up at the machine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is prep our zipper. So on the back side of one end, you want to measure in 1 inch with a pen that's not going to disappear. This will get cut off later, so you don't need to worry about it being marked. And again, that's when we go to put our zipper pull on. As long as we can match up those lines, our zipper pull will go on nice and easy. It's just a lot easier to work with the zipper panel when you don't have the zipper in the way, I find. If you want to have your zipper pull on, totally go for it. Again, I just show you guys what works for me. Doesn't necessarily mean it works for everybody. So, okay, I'm just grabbing a few pins. So just like other zipper panels or zippers, we got to create that stop. So from the opposite side of where we put that 1 inch line, we're going to fold it down and upon itself. I think we've all done this before, like so, at a 90-degree angle, lining that fold right up against the teeth there, and secure with a pin. And then do the same with the other side, making it fold at as close as you possibly can so they're kind of even with one another. Could you use a double zipper pull on the large? I don't see why not. You absolutely could, Diane. But if you're doing that, you are going to want to work with the pulls on your zipper tape. So I would still keep your zipper tape long, and then just make sure you do some tack stitches at the end here on your sewing machine so you can put those 2 zipper pulls right to the end so they are out of the way. Does that make sense? But yeah, you could totally do 2 zipper pulls. Totally will work, but you do have to put them on right now then. Just because they go on in opposite directions, you got to always install one from one side and one from the other side. So, okay. So everybody let me know when you are there, and then we will go and we will baste these together. Does that make sense what I said, Diane, or did I make it confusing like I usually do? So yeah, Diane, you'd install a zipper pull on each end. So the head of the zipper pull, they're facing each other, so they close towards each other. And then at the right-hand side of your zipper tape, do some tack stitches to create a stop, and then just push those zipper pulls all the way to the end so they're out of the way. If you're doing a double pull. I'm just doing a single pull, so there's no zipper pull on there right now. Or if you do want your zipper pull to be on there, just make sure you have some tack stitches on there. Okay, so we'll get everybody a couple minutes to get that far. Anna, are you sewing along with us today? I'm not sure if you were making a snowdrop or not with us. So yeah, as I said, today we're going to kind of, oh, and I am not doing, the only thing I'm not doing is, in the pattern it shows how to do a zipper end in fabric. I'm using a metal zipper end, so that's what I prefer. I like the bling. I'm using a metal zipper end. So if you want to do a cloth zipper end, make sure you follow the pattern for that, because you will need that probably almost right away. But if you do that cloth zipper end right now, you will also need to have your zipper pull on. Okay, sounds good, Anna. Say hi to Red for us. Anna's husband's name is Red. We'll give it another minute or so, and then we will go and baste this in place. Dawn, you basted already? We weren't basting yet. Okay, I'll go baste. Let's switch over to the other machine and baste those ends in place. One side basted. And baste the other side. All right. And then you can go ahead. Where are my scissors? Down here. No. Right here. And you can go ahead and, okay, Kim, no problem. Diane's basted as well. And then go ahead and trim up those extra tails so it's all nice and even. And if you're only doing the one zipper pull, make sure you got that line on the back. You can go ahead and pull apart your zipper teeth. Woo! It's always scary. All right. All right. Okay, next what we want to do is we want to take our zipper panels, and from each of the short ends, we want to go ahead and draw a 1/2 inch line on the wrong side on each short end. So 1/2 inch, draw a line, and do that on all 4. Benny's snoring. Can you guys hear him? He's in his bed right there. I moved his bed. Okay, and then once you're done that, you're going to take some double-sided tape. Or if you're using cotton for these, you can definitely press them. That's not the tape I want. Zip over here. There it is. I was working all over the place today, so. And then we're going to fold those short edges into that 1/2 inch line, and that helps us, makes it easy to know we are folding it in 1/4 of an inch then. So go ahead and do that, and we'll do the next step in about 3 or 4 minutes. So let me know when you're all done. Don't believe how fast today went. Holy moly. So fast. Dawn is all done. She's beating me. Put it in. And make sure that they are somewhat the same length. So if you need to fold one in a little bit more because they were cut wrong, definitely go ahead and do that. Just make sure they're all the same length. Two. So tomorrow morning, I'll make sure I get the Take 3 and the Daryl's Drive videos done. I still don't believe they totally skipped my mind. All right, so everybody let me know when you're done there. Dawn's done. I'm going to sit in my really low chair here. Look at, I feel like a little kid. I could sit in my drafting chair, but I'm going to be at the machine, so. Diane is done. How are you making out, Annie? Just give Annie a little bit of a chance to catch up because she was threading her machine. Give it another minute or so. It looks so messy. Let's go ahead and push all this mess this way. You guys can't see it, right? Let's put this over here. Okay, we're going to move on. So just put two aside for now, and we're going to work on one. So this one is your lining side. So if you are using cotton or a different color for your lining, make sure this one is your lining that we are going to work with right now. You're taping now? Okay. So from the left side, we want to measure in 1/4 of an inch, and we're going to make a mark at the very top here with our marking pens. You can use clips if you like, but I'm going to use double-sided tape. And I'm going to put some tape right along, starting at that 1/4 of an inch mark all the way across. You can take the paper off your tape. I hate tension issues, Annie. It's always the worst. Okay, and then you're going to figure out which zipper tape you're going to use. It's going to be right side up and curving to the left. So you got to find that piece. When it's right side up, it curves to the left. You're going to put that curve at that 1/4 of an inch line we just did, and then stick it down or clip it down, whatever your preferred method is. Like so. And then you're going to take your exterior piece. Again, I'm using the same fabric for both. So this piece here is your lining piece. Now we're working with the exterior piece. And along one of the long edges, I'm going to put another strip of tape. You can, again, you could go ahead and baste this on first if you wanted to. If you're not using double-sided tape, you can baste it with 1/8 of an inch if you wanted to. I just use my tape as my basting. So you're going to put tape across one long edge. And then we are going to put this down right sides together with that lining and zipper we did. And you want to make sure that our pieces line up. And then stick it together. Make sure it lines up on this side too. I look like I'm going to be okay. If you don't line up, just kind of unfold it, make it so it lines up. But I'm good. You can see all my ends match up. Now you're going to grab your second lining piece and put it right side up. But this time we are going to measure from the right hand side 1/4 of an inch. And that's because our zipper tape or our zipper panels have to be mirrored to one another. So from the right, measure in and mark 1/4 of an inch on your lining zipper panel. Oh my goodness, your 3-year-old was changing your tension. Oh my goodness. And then you're going to do the exact same thing, but it's going to just be the opposite. Sometimes it helps to flip this around and then you're working on the bottom if you like to work from left to right like me. I always work left to right. It's just how I function. take off that tape and then line that curvy part up at that 1/4 inch mark. Tape it down and then take your exterior piece and put it right sides together with this, just like we did with the other one. And then we are going to want to go and put our right-handed zipper foot on if you guys have a zipper foot. This one is a 1/4 inch seam, so depending on your standard foot, it may fit in there, but I always switch to my zipper foot. You know me. So then we're going to go ahead and stitch that side with the zipper with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. So you guys can go ahead and do that. I have to change my feet out, and then I will do that as well. Again, making sure, see how this one doesn't quite line up? So I'm just going to fold this, lift it up, and I'm going to fold it down so they do line up. And now they do. Okay. So we'll flip on over, and I'll change that foot. Again, it's the right-handed one, so the one that has the foot on the right side of the middle part of your walking foot. I remember a time when I was so scared to change the feet on this machine. Always so scared I'd screw it up, and now I change them all the time. Okay, so go ahead and sew those with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oops, my needle's not down. There we go. Try not to go too much past your panels, because you do not want to go onto the teeth or the tape, because it will show if you go past here. You're not scared anymore either, Rhonda? You and I kind of got our Titans at the same time, so I think we learned together a little bit. Okay, that's one done. Oh, squeaky. My knee lift has squeaked since the day I got this machine 2 years ago. Right. Oh, my brother just said, heads up, sewing machine. Oh my goodness. My brother just texted me. So he always has Able Auctions or something down in the Lower Mainland, and he says, heads up, sewing machines, hardware, thread, and bulk yarn in latest auction at ableauctions.ca. I will share this link. It's out of Langley. In case anybody is looking to do an auction for a industrial machine, this could be a way to go. So I'll link it just because he shared it. My brother always looking out for me. Okay, let me put this back to split table. Sorry, that was a squirrel moment. Okay, so everybody, okay, Dawn's done. Look, we can tell how bad my cutting was here, hey? Look at that. This one's cut really wonky, but you know what? I'll even that up later. It'll be fine. So yeah, if you're in Canada, especially if you're in BC, my brother has gotten stuff from that Able auction, some really cool stuff. It's kind of everything, but I guess the auction right now is for industrial sewing machines. So yeah, that's actually how I got my, oh, it's over here now, my commercial singer that I don't use because I almost lost my fingers using it because it's old. It's from World War II. It was used to sew parachutes for the war. And, but yeah, I picked it up for like $300 and it would actually sew everything really good, but I'm scared of it. So it's just decoration now. It's a good $300 decoration. Yes, you do end up sewing over the teeth. You can see here, see what I've done? So it's sewn over the curve. So you do sew over the teeth. You start at the end here, go over, and there's the teeth right in there. You're going to sew over top of that curvy part of the teeth, and that creates that stop. Oh, look, there's the FedEx truck. My cleaner supply order is here. So yes, you do sew over the teeth. Over here, you just want to make sure you don't go past and into this zipper tape just because it will show. Does that make sense, Diane? So yeah, we set the zipper in 1/4 of an inch in. So you start at the end when you sew, and then you end up with this little curvy thing there. Okay, so you have that. That's okay, Dawn? Or not Dawn, Diane? Whereabouts are you at, Annie? Coco's not freaking out yet. I'm surprised because the FedEx truck is like, I don't know if you can see the flashing lights, but it's like right there. Yay. Diane is done. Okay. Dawn is done. I just want to give Annie a chance to catch up. I'm excited. My Galaxy order will be here tomorrow. So yes, I will definitely go live on Thursday morning, probably at 9:30ish or so. Do a mail opening and the VIP draw. I was going to show off both the class bags, but I sold my Brooklyn already. So another 2 minutes or so. He's taking a long time. You guys wouldn't believe the compact snow we have on the street right now. It's just disgusting. I'm not a winter person. I'm not a summer person either, though. I'm a fall and spring girl. Another minute. I think Annie's probably got to be pretty close now. She's probably sewing and can't type at the same time. It's kind of like when you're at the dentist and they're talking to you and asking you questions when they have their tools in your mouth. It's kind of like me when I'm asking questions. Yeah, Coco's not bang, but Riley is also home and upstairs with her. Oh my gosh, Diane, hurricane watch. That's scary. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take these panels and we want to press them as far from and tight away from the zipper teeth as we can, and bring them wrong sides together. And you can hold those with clips if you want. If you're on an industrial, you can do it like me. And once again, I'm going to use my double-sided tape as my pressing agent just to help me hold it in place. If you're using cotton, you can definitely do this with an iron as well. So just along that seam. I don't want my tape to go past my zipper panel though. Let's turn that off. Okay, so again, once again, you do not have to use double-sided tape. You can definitely go ahead and finger press this. Coco is like night and day when there's somebody home. Like, she's not as bad when somebody's home. When it's just me downstairs and she's upstairs, She will probably bark as soon as she notices him, but she hasn't yet, which usually she does right away. So, okay, so I pressed that nice, and you can see how nice and even my teeth are in here. So I got a good stitch. Flip it over and do the same with the lining side of it and bring it wrong sides together. Press it nice and tight. And if we cut these good, this one's good. You can see how it pretty much matches up my raw edges. See, my cutting is a little bit off there. I can always even that out. Okay, and then I'm also, you want to make sure that these sides are matching up. I can see I'm actually going to straighten this out. See how my cutting's bad? I'm just going to straighten that out quickly so they match up. Like just a little itty bitty bit. Just like that. And making sure these are lined up well. I'm going to use clips on each of these sides. And on this side, making sure it's lined up well. Oops, cut that out of the way. Rogue thread. She might not also notice because it is dark outside right now, thanks to daylight savings time. Okay, and then clip along the red edge, or the raw edge. Keep saying red. I must have red on my mind, Anna. Oh my gosh. Hi, Red. Okay, and you want to do the same with the other one. The exact same thing. I love this pearl vinyl. Red says hi. Oh, the poor guy will meet me one day. I look forward to it. Probably next June. Poor Dave and Red once Anna and I get together. Oh. See again? Once again, my cutting was really bad. I'm so not even. So I'm just going to even it out. Because we want them to be even, so. Okay. Secure with clips. Okay, everybody let me know when you get to that point. Hopefully you cut things better than I did. FedEx guy still hasn't dropped off my package. Still sitting in his truck. Maybe it's not for me. Diana's ready. Dawn is done. I'm not sure where Annie went. Okay, so now what we're going to do is going to take this to the machine, and I'm going to start along the raw edge and start my baste. Come here, pivot, and I'm going to top stitch with 1/8 of an inch here. When you get to this part, it is a little thick depending on your material, so you may want a hump jumper. I don't think that it was for me unless he dropped it off. Do you know what? I'm going, and then you're going to top stitch along here, down here, and then finish up your base. I'm just going to go make sure I don't have a package out there. I didn't see him come in my driveway, but I don't want it sitting out there. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Coco didn't bark. Coco didn't bark at the FedEx guy? Grandma? No, he wasn't here for me. Wasn't my FedEx order. Well, that makes me sad. It was for the neighbor, not for me. So my cleaner supply order is not here, which is weird because it was on the FedEx truck. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Switch over. I'm just going to check my tension. Make sure it's good on both sides. I'm good. Like I said, I still have my zipper foot on here. That's okay. We'll change that out here momentarily. Starting with about halfway on the bottom with the baste. Coming up one of the short sides, and we're going to top stitch. I'm going to have my hump jumper ready. You don't need an official hump jumper. You can actually use whatever will give a little help to get it up and over that hump. It just brings your presser foot up so it's a nice even surface so you don't get hung up on it. See? And then your stitches stay even and it doesn't eat up your fabric. Probably could have used it there too. That's all good. So I'm using pearl vinyl and it's a little bit thick, so. And you can also do it opposite way because I'm going to need it on this side as well because that seam is thick. And all I do is put my hump jumper in the front. So. I don't like using the hump jumper so much going that direction. It's a little harder. Sometimes a little hand cranking helps too. And then finish your baste down the bottom. Do the same with the other side. That usually goes flying across the room. And across the bottom. All right. Starting to wonder if the guy delivered my package to the wrong place. Okay, so let me know once you are there. I'm just going to make sure my package didn't get delivered to the wrong place. Nope, doesn't look like it. Dawn is done. Man, I really wanted that to be my order. Yeah, it's still on vehicle. FedEx lost my last cleaner supply order. That's why I get worried. Another minute or so. Diane, was that ready from the step before or from this step? Oh, you're done. Perfect. Okay. Can I check Messenger? Sure. One sec. What am I looking at? Oh no, Dawn, what's going on with your tension? Is that your bobbin or your top? Oh, it's both of them. Dawn, try rethreading everything. Rethread everything. There's something really wrong with your tension there. And that's top and bottom tension all messed up. Ooh, no. Not good. That's the wrong side on both of them. There's something going on with your bobbin. I would rethread everything. That's the first thing to try. And then also make sure you have no lint or threads or anything in your bobbin assembly. Sometimes that could cause that to happen too if there's something in there. And then if that still doesn't work, change out your needle and give it a try. And it was sewing fine before. So I say if there's something wrong, even maybe your bobbin wound funny. So you can try a new bobbin as well. Okay. So we're going to carry on. Dawn, keep us posted on your tension issue there. I'll help where I can. So now what we want to do is we want to find the center of this raw edge. So we're going to fold this in half like so, matching up our zipper panels and making a small snip on the raw edge within the seam allowance like so, or making a mark if you prefer. Same with the other one. So I'm thinking, Dawn, that you may have had a tangle in your bobbin thread. Take your bobbin out and pull your thread out a little bit and make sure that it unwinds evenly, and then try it again. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so once you have those centers, what you want to do is kind of put these raw edges together like this, match up those centers, and just make sure everything lines up really good. So our zipper panels are the same, and where our curvy parts are equal as well. Okay, and if they are, you're good to go, and we can put those aside for now. So I'm going to put those over here, and then we will see what comes up. I betcha if it's your bobbin, once you rethread it, you'll be fine, Dawn. Okay, how did I do it on that one? Okay, I did do my stitching like that. Okay, so now you can grab out your 4 connector pieces. So let me know when you have your connector pieces out and we will get started. Dawn, I'm sure you'll catch up fast. You're a pro. So what we're working on now are these, and we're going to be doing this fancy dancy top stitching on our connectors. You got them? Okay, whereabouts are you, Annie? Okay, so even if you're behind, make sure you ask questions, and if I can help, I will. So on the back side of these, I've already, remember we drew our center lines as we were cutting, and that is why we do it, so we don't have to do it now. And what we're going to do is we are going to fold these long edges into that center line. It is really helpful to use some double-sided tape here if you can. Or some Dritz Wash Away Wonder Tape, which works really well for domestic machines. Yeah, you won't be, you might catch this a little bit in your top stitching, but maybe not. So put some tape along each of the long edges. And then we are going, you could also go ahead and use clips instead if you wanted to too. So you're going to fold these long edges, either with the double-sided tape or with clips, into that center line. So clips definitely work as well, because we're going to be doing a stitch that's going to hold this in place as well. Do that for all four. I'm really bummed that FedEx truck wasn't for me. I haven't had mail in so long. There's Coco. I have no idea what she's barking. Oh, she's barking at another dog. Oops. One more. Okay, and we are going to change into our standard foot again. So Diane, let me know when you're all done this part. I'm going to go ahead and change into my standard foot while I wait. Why does that not seem very center? My center line went off funny here. Look at that. Fail. Okay, and then what we're going to do once we have our standard feet on is we are going to top stitch these at a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So what that's doing, oops, don't fall. we are top stitching these middle lines right here. And then when we go to attach it to the bag, we will be doing the 1/8 of an inch. So yes, 3/8 of an inch from each folded edge is what we're going to top stitch at. All right. So Dawn just did a cool thing because she was having problems with something and she messaged me the picture. You guys, if that ever happens when we're in class, definitely do the same because I do have a dual screen here and I can look at it. Just tell me in the chat here to take a look at my messenger like she did. Okay, I'm going to put on my walking foot. Hi, Cocoa Beans. Where did I put you? There you are. Oops, I gotta bring my chat back up here. Hi. Okay, Coco. Seriously. Coco's decided that she wants me to give her loving. Now I'm going to get my tape that I like to use as my seam guide here. A new piece. Just because I don't have any markings on my machine. There we go. Okay. And then my seam guide I can set up at 3/8 because you want this to be as close to 3/8 as it can be, and you want it to be as straight as it can be. So 3/8 from each side. And make sure your top stitching is good. I probably should have did a tester first, but I'm good. Okay, good. Why is my phone not staying on? There we go. Oops. I can loosen it up a little. That's good. Definitely could have chain stitched these, but I want to give each of them kind of like their own attention, I think. Maybe I'll chain stitch the other ones. Let's see. Yeah. So that is what that looks like, and you can see how that holds the back. It holds the seam in place. So you definitely could have used clips instead of double-sided tape if you had wanted to. And we're going to do that with all four. Now I'm going to chain stitch them. Oops. Do the other side. Flip this over my shoulder. Yes, absolutely, Anna. That's actually the way I usually do my connectors like this. This is strictly decorative. So yes, you could just do the one, just use double-sided tape, and then you would do the 1 inch or the 1/8 of an inch top stitch when we attach them to the exterior panels. So you could definitely do that. Okay, so let me know when you're all done there. Switch over. And then I'm going to show you one panel, and then the other panel will be homework. Look how perfectly that's going to match. It's so pretty. So we'll finish these up first before we do this. Let me know when you're done, Diane. How close are you doing, Dawn and Annie? Thanks, Kim. Oh no, Dawn, is it getting any better? Try winding a brand new bobbin and see if that's the problem, because it could just be with how your bobbin wound. I've had that happen before, and it's just that my bobbin wound in a really weird tension, and then it just wasn't good. I'm guessing. I'm just trying to troubleshoot. Diane's done. Okay. So now from one short end of all of our connectors, if you are doing the small size, you're going to measure down 1 inch. And if you are doing the large size, you're going to measure down 1.5 inches. And we're going to mark that on the wrong side. So I'm doing the large size. So I'm going to take my marking pen, and on the wrong side, I'm going to, I got oil on me, I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches and make a line on all four. Okay. And the next one I'm going to do is take a little bit of double-sided tape and just put them on the top of each of those, right from the end that we did the little lines on. So just a little bit. Don't need very much. It'll be outside of the seam allowances because we're going to be stitching at that 1/8 of an inch seam line. So on a domestic, use a little bit of double-sided tape here as well. A little too much. That's okay. And then you're going to take your rectangular ring and you're going to put it over, line it up with that line, and you're going to fold this over upon itself, sticking that down, folding it under You want to make sure it's nice and even with the connector, so when we go to stitch this on, it's not going to show on the other side. Once you have that done there, you're going to take some more double-sided tape. Again, even on a domestic, I would be recommending doing this because it's going to hold it in place for us. It's going to be down the center, so it's not going to be within the seam allowance where you are stitching, except for when we go across. So I'm just going to take this and start my tape just like maybe a half to a quarter of an inch about where that connector folded over, so it's just going over a little bit, and lay the tape down the center like so, and do that with all four. Before you lay the tape on the back, just make sure that they are the same length, and they are. I think my son's cooking supper. I smell something yummy. Oops, that one went a little off center. It's the same. And then once you have that done, you're going to take your marking pen again, and from this folded line from where we put the rectangular ring, where we folded it back towards itself, we're going to measure down 1 inch from that fold where the rectangular ring is, and mark it with your marking pen across like so on all four. And that's just going to give us a guide when we go to stitch across there. And it's also leaving enough room for us to put a rivet there. Holy cocoa. It's so dark I can't see what she's barking at. Okay, so let me know when you're all done that, Diane, and we will move on. How's everybody else making out? You guys all know that you can always message me during the week if you need help. I don't believe how dark it is outside. Holy moly. And I'm going to want this ruler. It's eerily dark and eerily quiet. Holy. How's everybody making out? Okay, no problem, Dawn. And you know you can always get a hold of me. Hey, at least it happened on something small like the zipper panel rather than being the top stitching of your bag, because that's when you'd really want to cry. If you want to think of glass half empty that or half full that way, is it could have happened on your top stitching, which would have been terrible. How are you making out, Annie? Whereabouts are you? Yes, exactly. It can always be worse. Ready? Okay. So now I'm going to just do the front panel with you, and the back panel will be homework for next week. Dawn, can you take note of that for me so I don't forget, please? So you want to take your main panel. We want to... Oh no, Kim, how did you cut out the wrong pieces? Did you cut for a large or a small? You want to fold it in half to find your top and bottom centers and make a snip. Thanks, Dawn. And on top as well. And then you want to make sure that those marks, I spoke too soon about her being... Oh no, well, the large main instead of the small, that's easy because you can still cut your small mains out of those pieces, so it's no fabric wasted. Your connectors, well, you have to cut your different material. So make sure that these are definitely center. So that one is 7.5. This side is 7.5, so that is good. And I'm just going to set this along here to make sure it lines up, and it does, so I am good. So if you're doing the large like me, from this corner side here, you want to take your ruler, you want to line it up nice and straight with the bottom at 4 inches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 with this bottom corner. It's nice and straight with my bottom. And that is where I'm going to use my, I'm going to use my ruler as a guide for my placement for this connector. If you were doing a small, this measurement would be 2 inches. So 4 inches for the large, 2 inches for the small. So then take this double-sided tape off and use your ruler for your nice and straight placement. So line it up on the bottom. And you can see I use my ruler as my guide and stick it down good. And you're going to do the same from the opposite side. So 4 inches, lining up my ruler with the bottom, 4 inches right at this bottom corner. So you know you're nice and straight. And line it up nice and straight and stick it down. And then look at it, make sure they're about the same height, and they are. And I'm just going to take my ruler in between, and they look like they are, mine are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7/8 apart, equally all the way to the bottom. So I'm straight. On my small, they were about 4, yeah, they're 4 1/4 apart in the middle here in the spacing. All right. So let me know when you're there. I just love how this baby blue pearl vinyl looks with this novelty fabric. This looks awesome. Matches perfect. But yeah, Kim, no waste for the large mains. Just use those to cut your small mains. Because look, seriously, look how significantly smaller this is than this. Like, it is so much smaller. There's a huge difference between the two. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick on the other side too. Do some of my homework right now. Where did I put my ruler? Put center. Do it again. Slightly off. Inches all the way up. It's a little quicker. On my Titan, I like to top stitch at a 6.5 and I sew at a 4. There we go. Okay. Let me know when you're all ready to go, Diane. In top stitching, it's all about preference. I like mine at a 6.5. Six to a 6.5. It really depends how thick. I guess if I was using a thinner vinyl, I would go a 6. But this is a thicker vinyl, being the pearl vinyl, so 6.5 works. Okay. So now we're going to top stitch this in place with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance up the folded edge, across that 1 inch line that we made, and back down for all the connectors. All right. Over to Tiffany. Why do you keep looping around there? So this is what Anna was talking about. She didn't want to do that decorative stitching in the middle, so this is where she would be attaching it with just an 1/8 of an inch around the outside. When you hit that 1 inch line, make sure your connectors are tucked in under so you can't see the raw edge of it if you can. There we go. Sometimes it likes to pop out. Needle down at that line. And then pivot across. That 1-inch line also helps make it so you're not going to run over your hardware. So again, I'm kind of pushing in here the bottom of my connector when we folded it under, just to make sure that the raw edge isn't showing. Back down the other side, and you can see how my foot is clearing my hardware when I use that 1-inch line, so I don't have to worry about protecting my hardware with a scrap piece. Make sure it turned well, and it did. And all the way down. I think Brandy might be home from work now. We'll know by her bark changing in a moment if it is. Or because there's a truck across the street. Okay, on the other side. Rhonda, it's so nice to have you back in class. We missed you this summer. I know you were super busy. Thank you, Rhonda. They're fun, aren't they? I changed my mind about 6 times. Okay, I think I can sneak in my other one, so I'm going to do it as well. Oh, Annie, you're not that far behind us at all. Perfect. Any questions so far, or are you good? Aw, thanks, Rhonda. You're amazing, too. We're all amazing. I think we're a great group. I lost my Lauren scissors. Where did my Lauren scissors go? There they are. Oh, somebody's home. Hello.
Hello.
How was work? Eh? I'm live right away, by the way. Brady's home. Must got a ride home. Okay, so let me know when you're all done there. I snuck in my homework as well. Yay! So it looks like from the back. I just love these soft colors. I obviously did not trim back my foam. I'll do that now. I got lazy. Hello, cocoa beans. How's everybody making out? We're making pretty good time. I want to get our side panels and our side connectors done today too, so I'll show you one of those. Where are my side connectors? Just trying to get organized here, find my pieces. Now I can't remember, for those not sewing right now, did I show how to do the ties last class? For the vinyl ties and doing the edge painting for them? I can't remember for the vinyl ties. Oh no. It's okay, Diane. Did it shift on you? Dawn, I did? Okay, so I don't need to go over the ties. Perfect. Okay, well then I will move on. I'll try not to go too fast because I don't think anybody's sewing along with me now. So for homework, Dawn, if you can make note for me, thank you. I'm volunteering you. Oh no, it fell off. Not good. So I guess that teaches us double-sided tape does not stick well to Odie coat. Darn. So what I would almost do then, Diane, is when you're measuring in, so like how I measured in 4 inches for my large size, I would, I guess you got to be careful when drawing a line on Odie coat as well. Chalk would probably be okay. Draw a chalk line and then measure over 1 inch. So 5 inches, and draw another chalk line, and then you can kind of hold it in place using those lines as your guide if the tape isn't going to hold, if that makes sense. Because you can't put pins in your vinyl, right? So, are you okay, Ben? Oh my goodness. Okay, so homework. What we're going to do is on here, we're going to, in between these 3/8 of an inch stitch lines, we're going to put a rivet here. If you want to do rivets, you don't have to. Rivet here, and then another rivet right about there. Just kind of eyeball where you want them to be on all of them, as well as install your nameplate on whichever one you want to be your front panel. Just keep in mind that we have a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance here, and then put your your nameplate however up from that bottom as you want. This one on the small, I put my nameplate 1, 2, 3. I measured up 1.5 inches on this one, and put it in centered. Let's see. My large one, I will probably install mine 2 inches up from the bottom. I think that nice and centered. I think that's where I will be putting mine. So if that gives you an idea of placement, again, all of our nameplates, if you're putting them in, are different sizes and shapes. So of course, it completely changes the look of it. But for mine, as they're small and rectangular, that's where I will be placing those. So rivets on the front and back main panels, as well as installing your nameplate, will be homework. Okay. D-ring strap, because I have 20 minutes to get through this last section. So this D-ring strap, it's all one big piece. We're going to do very similar to what we did with our connectors, but we're not going to do that 3/8 of an inch decorative stitch in the middle. We're just going to fold all of our long edges into that center. Like so. And then we're going to top stitch those folded edges with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Rather than cutting my thread, I'm just going to sew across the bottom short end of one of these just to save my thread and cutting. And then up the other side. Okay. And now we want to cut this into 4 equal connector pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to fold it wrong sides together, and we are going to cut right at that fold. And that'll give us 2 equal pieces. And then we're going to do the same with each of those, and that'll give us 4 equal pieces. Okay, and then we're going to take our D-rings. Again, I'm not using 3/4, oh no, that's the other bag. Forget it, I said nothing. What size of D-rings does this call for? Doesn't matter. I sometimes mix up the 2 classes. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of double-sided tape and just put them on the bottom edges of these 4. Again, these will not be sewn through, so this is perfectly fine for, just keep it within like a 1/2 inch or so. Perfectly fine for domestic machines. Okay, and then we're going to take our D-rings. These are Serial Bagmaker D-rings. They're so pretty. Put our D-rings on and fold this in half, wrong sides together, in half, and secure with tape, or you can also use a clip if you wanted to, like so, for all 4 pieces. Okay, Annie, no worries. You know you can message me throughout the week, right? Two. So what these are what our ties are going to go on, as well as what our crossbody strap will connect into both of these on each side as well. Just like so. And then we're going to take our 2 side panels that we have backed with fleece, which I have mine backed with fleece. And I just got to remind myself where my placement is because I'm doing a different size. Bear with me. On this page. Okay, so we are going to take these first, and from the raw edges we are going to make a 3/8 of an inch line with our erasable marking pen, and this is just going to help us guide the placement of these so we have a little bit of an overhang. These will not have rivets in them, so we definitely want to make sure we keep this overhang within the seam allowance just to give these connectors a little bit of stability, especially when it's used as a crossbody connector. Okay, now we're going to place them on our 2 side pieces. So for the small, you're going to put one on each side from the top of the size of 1 inch down. I'm actually going to use my table. I'm going to make sure my table is actually a good inch. Oh, look it is. So 1 inch down. And for the large that I'm doing, where is my spot? I'm going to go, oh no, wait, bear with me. 1.5 inches from the top edge of each. So I'm going to measure down this way, 1.5 inches from the top. And that's where we're going to line this line up with the edge, like so. Then we know we have 1/8 of an inch overhang. Oops, 1.5. My hardware is kind of in the way, 1.5. Lining up that line. And then I'm just going to use clips to hold that in place. So you definitely want to have that 3/8 of an inch overhang here. And you're going to do that on with all 4, 2 on each. So 1.5, again, if you're doing the small, this will be the 1 inch, and you want to make sure your D-rings are going towards the center. 1.5, sorry if you're seeing my head. 1.5, clip in place. And same with the other side. Ooh, broken. Always scares me when a wonder clip breaks. And 1.5. Right there. And then we're just going to baste those in place for now. What did she say to baste them in place with? Just baste them. One. There we go. So that is what that looks like. So once we have that done, we have all of our main panels almost ready to go. And that is actually, I had all planned for today. So we made really good time. We did well. So yeah, so minimal homework. Either Dawn or myself will get it up on the site. If I forget, I'm sure she'll do it for me. And next week we will get the exterior together and we will start prepping our lining pieces and then putting it all together. So the lining goes together really fast, like it usually does. So I will be doing the lining zipper pocket and slip pockets in class because we do have a few new members that might not know that process. So we will, because we haven't done it together for a few classes now, we will do it together tomorrow, or yeah, it'll be tomorrow most likely that we do that together near the end of the class. And yeah, this, I said, this one goes together super, super fast. Like it's a no stress for time at all to do this one. So any questions about class at all today? Any questions about anything before I let everybody go? And look at that. I have my thing hanging up there. That's probably better. Now you don't see my cable up there. Is everything okay? Was class okay? Comments, concerns, suggestions? Now you can see the garbage on my floor. It's been busy. All good. The angles are still good. You guys enjoy not having a shaky, noisy table? I know I do. Ah, thank you, Rhonda. Okay. So if there's no questions, we will call it for the day. Again, everybody, if you have any questions as you start putting your pieces together or with the homework, definitely, Kim, you're always unprepared. That's okay. That's why you have the replays. And you guys, as I was saying, you guys can always contact me during the week. Also use the group. Use the Snowdrop group to ask questions, because sometimes our peers really do help a lot. I know that you guys help me every single day. Good night, Diane. Have fun. Enjoy your Juki. I'm glad it's working for you better now. Yeah, so definitely message me if you have any questions. I am here for you always. And oh, except for when I'm in Bali, because I will have limited internet. It'll only be when I'm in Wi-Fi. So I do have all of my admins that can definitely help. That's Rhonda, Anna, Karen, Dawn. What's that? Great class. And Nicole. Sorry, I got I squirreled there. So Rhonda, Dawn, Nicole, Karen, and Anna. They can definitely help you with any questions. If you just message them in the groups, that they will definitely help where they can. They're all amazing bag makers. So, wow, Anna's fast. She's almost all caught up. Also added to homework is show your progress in the group. I want to see it. If you haven't shared your fabrics yet, please do. I want to see them. It just helps us all get excited for one another and get it going. Tomorrow, I promise, because I dropped the ball and completely forgot, I will get the Daryl's Drive and the Take 3 mini movies up. I'm hoping for the other bags that we did last month, for those ones to be up. They'll have to go up before I leave on the 28th. So we'll take a goal for having me to do them on the 26th, 27th, 25th. So if that works for everybody, that would be great. And once again, I apologize for dropping the ball on that one. And if you haven't already, please make sure you go to the Facebook group and the poll for the January bag. I will be moving that around the 15th to the Facebook's or to the YouTube side for final vote. So if you have any more to add there, and if you haven't voted yet, it's only the top 5 that move to the YouTube for the final vote. So make sure you have done that. It's in the top featured section on the Facebook page. And yeah, and then we'll get our February bags all chosen up. And yeah, and I still have to finish the video I have done for you guys for December while I am away. So Anna's super speedy, making up for me distracting her all afternoon as we ended up gabbing away instead of working together. But that's okay. All right, everybody, thank you so much for sewing along with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you, most of you, on Thursday. Again, message me if you need anything, and I'll catch you guys later. Love ya. Bye.